Welcome back to Diablo Flamenco. In this video we're going to take a look at how to play Bulerías in a 2-count feel, and this was made very popular by the great flamenco guitarist Moraito. So let's get started y vamos allá. The 2-count feel in Bulerías is very popular, especially in the Bulerías that come from Jerez de la Frontera. But you can use this phrase in any of your Bulería solos. And we are going to play this using our index going down and up. And if you've seen my previous videos on Bulerías, this phrase will actually be very easy for you. But first let's break down how this phrase works in terms of the counting, and then we'll break down the right hand. So, like I said, this is in a 12-beat Compas, but it's a 2 feel. We're still going to start on beat 12, as do most phrases in Bulería, but we're going to have this pulse every 2 beats. So it's really 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to talk about how to close this phrase later on in the video for the 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's do that one more time, and you can clap along with me, or you can snap your fingers, tap your foot, whatever's the easiest for you. So we have 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do it one more time. I do recommend singing this as well so you get that tune in your head. It goes 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is the rhythm of this 2-count Bulería. Now let's take a look at how the right hand works in this phrase. And to start, all we're going to do is use our índice rasgueado to go down and up. And this phrase should look very familiar because we've done it in Bulería by going, especially those ending parts right there. That's actually the same phrase we're going to do here, but we're going to break it down again as a refresher. So thumb is going to rest on the 6th string of your guitar, and we're going to start by going down with our índice, and then 2 ups. And that's it. And this is going to loop for the entire phrase of this 2-beat kind of Bulería count. So down, up, up, down, up, up. And pay attention to the rhythm here. It's not down, up, up. It's down, up, up, da, da, da. Da, da, da. And we're going to loop this. So let's do it slow first, without anything in the chords. I'm going to mute my strings first. So we have down, up, up, 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 down, up, up. And if we actually apply the Compas counting, it's 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6. And that is how it fits into our 12-beat Compas. Now let's break down the left-hand chords so we can understand this phrase more harmonically. And what's interesting with this phrase is that we're actually going to hold most of the same chord over and over again, and our index and middle fingers are going to move around the fretboard, and it creates the illusion of a moving bass line, but we're actually not switching chords or moving around that much here. So the first chord we need is we're going to revolve around a B flat for most of this phrase. So our ring finger is going to be 3rd fret on G, and pinky finger 3rd fret on B. And for now, I'm just going to take my thumb and strum down from the D string down. And this is our first chord. This starts right on beat 12. Next, we're going to take the pointer finger. It's going to go to the 2nd fret on D. So we get this note. Everything else stays the same. I'm going to hold this ring and pinky for most of this phrase. So far we have our B flat, and then we're going to add our pointer finger to the 2nd fret on D. Everything else stays the same. Next, lift that index again, go back to the original chord. So we have B flat, add the index, lift the index. From here, we're going to go to our C9 chord. So our ring and pinky still held. We're going to move the middle finger to 3rd fret on A, pointer finger goes to 2nd fret, on D. So far we have B flat, add the index, remove the index to C9. From here, lift the index, everything stays the same, and put it back down. So far, from the beginning, we have okay, now we're going to go to the B flat. Now pointer finger is 1st fret on A. Then the middle finger goes to the 3rd fret on A. Remove it, go back to 1st fret. And now we're going to go to the A flat 9, also called our flamenco A chord or the A Phrygian chord. They all mean the same thing. And that is the chord structure of this phrase. If we just do one strum on each chord and put it into the compas, the phrase will sound like this. We have 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's how it fits into the compas. Now let's combine the right hand technique that we learned previously with these chords to create the basic 2-count phrase. And then we'll talk about how to close the phrase to end your compas. So nice and slow we have index going down, up, and then we switch chords. So down, up, next chord, down, up, next chord, down, up, is the groove that we're going for. So reminder on this A flat 9, the way that we can finger it here to make it easy. Think of it as a D major chord and then move it towards you one string each. So now pointer finger is 2nd fret on D, ring finger 3rd fret on G, middle finger 2nd fret on B. And that's how we play it in this phrase. So let's do that again, nice and slow, and then we'll pick up the speed. So we have if these notes aren't coming out clear, then try and play around with your right hand position. Try to raise that wrist a little bit more to hit the notes that are going to be on the D and the A. Because if you might have your thumb a little too low and you're doing this, if I try and do the phrase now, it would end up sounding like this. So try and raise that hand a little bit like this. So now you can actually hit these open bass strings. And a good way to practice this is take your left hand, mute every string except for your A. If you hit it, you're doing it correctly. If you can't, then you have to raise that arm and wrist a little bit more to get that sound there. Okay, so let's do that one more time, a little bit faster. So here we go. And if you are a more advanced player, do a golpe with the indice going down each time. Let's do that one more time. And that is the basic phrase. So now let's talk about how to close this. To keep it simple for now, when we get to the A flat 9, we can do this 7, 8, and 9, and 10. 7, 8, and 9, and 10. This is a really funky way of adding some percussion to your bulería. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a golpe, up, down, up, golpe, up, down, golpe, up, down, up, golpe, up, down. With counting, this is 7, 8, and 9, and 10. And that's how it fits. So if we combine everything, it sounds like this. This compas. Now let's talk about some different ways that we can vary this compas and make it more interesting. For one thing, we can change how we close the phrase. And one that I like to do is to go 7, 8, 9, 10 and do this rasgueado phrase at the end when we're on the A flat 9. If you've seen my video on tangos compas, this rasgueado might look familiar, but we're going to break it down. What I'm doing here, it's a 2-finger rasgueado that uses the ring going down, the index going down, and the index going up. Or you can use middle and index instead, but I prefer using my ring finger for this. So it's ring down, index up. We're going to do a few of these in a row for 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to end with an index going down on beat 10. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10. On the A flat 9, that'll sound like this. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a nice quick way to end this phrase. So if we combine it, it sounds like this. A really effective way to speed up that compas at the end. Let's do it one more time, nice and slow. So 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's a really effective way to play this phrase. Now, another thing we can do that Moraito likes to do is for the entire phrase, use that rasgueado on each chord. And that would sound like this. I'll do it one time slow and then one time fast. That would be. Then switch chords. Switch. 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 And then end. And you can end either or. You can also end quick after that phrase too. So it's basically 2 rasgueados for each chord. that's very exciting when sped up. You can also combine índice and the rasgueados within the same compás to add even more variation. So another thing you might hear Moraito do is to go. Etc. So what I'm doing here is I'm going. To start, and then I'm going to switch to the chords and do the rasgueados and then lift. So I'll do this really slow so you can see what's going on. And that's all I'll give you for this video. I hope you enjoyed learning this really fun phrase por bulería, and I recommend going and listening to Moraito play this. I will actually include a link down below in the description of a really good video of Moraito playing bulería, and you will hear this phrase being used quite a few times. So I recommend listening to Moraito, try and get a sense for his groove, and see if you can replicate what he is doing. And I hope you had fun. Muchas gracias, and I will see you in the next lesson. Hasta luego.